Well, it is a Wednesday, but as always, some traditions never end. Happy Sunday, everyone.
Happy Sunday.
And to everyone who's in the Twitch chat currently, thank you so much for joining us again, or whether you are watching or listening. Welcome to our 10th and final episode of the main campaign for this year. And wherever you are in the world, welcome to the office. Before we begin, a couple of thanks. We have, as ever, with us since the beginning, the inception of our Patreon, and indeed this campaign, the incredible Rory O'Sullivan and the wonderful and frankly gorgeous Graham Muir. Thank you so much for all of your continued support. And for our 10th episode in a row, we are also affiliated with Zavi. They have an incredible line of D&D clothing, items, and there are some codes that you can use to get some discounts on their clothing line, but also everything else. And those codes are Catherine King.
I failed last time, so I'm doing better. Dungeon 10 for 10% off the whole site, and Dungeon 20 for 20% off the clothing line.
And we will have those codes displayed on screen, and we will have the link to their store in the Twitch chat if you would like to check that out, or in the video description if you're watching on YouTube. And as ever, a huge thank you to Wizards of the Coast for continuing to support this stream, to host and to basically just say really nice things about it. It's very, very nice and very much appreciated. Thank you so much. And if you would like to follow our various social medias, you can do so over Twitter, over Instagram, over Facebook. We're also on YouTube if you want to check out all of our old content, including episodes of this campaign, but also one-shots as well. And if you would rather listen to old material, or if you're frequently on the go, although that is not really a thing these days anymore, but you can find us on iTunes, you can find us on Spotify, and you can find us on Podbean. And like I said earlier, if you would like to support us further, you can do so by checking out our Patreon, which we will link in the chat. And if you are in the chat, feel free to introduce yourself. It's the last episode of the year, but we will soon be moving into a new year with new adventures, new exciting encounters, and we'd love to have you on board for all of it. But we have a mid-season finale to jump into. So without further ado, join us as we step out of the office, away from work, and into the world of Dungeon Manager. Previously on Dungeon Manager, taken deep into the depths of the Seawolves warehouse, accompanied by an invisible terror and Zini in gecko form, Dalafar, you came face to face with the leader of the gang, Fenris Dorath. After your activities at the Salamander Shuffle, an illegitimate card game, and inadvertently taking out a great many of the largest criminal heads in Waterdeep, you had left him with a great deal of control over the southern portion of the city, and he was more than happy to repay you in kind. You asked that he supply some extra manpower in your assault on Seaspire Manor, and found out that a gang called the Forked Tongue had put out a bounty on your heads, 500 gold apiece. Thanking him for the information, you all departed and ventured back into the city, and after a brief sojourn to the bakery called Ben's Buns, you made your preparations for the oncoming battle, purchasing potions, armor, and other items. And after a conversation with Zini about not losing himself to his vendetta against the Ivory Silent, and after Scarlet, you prestidigitationed all of the dye out of Dalafar's beard, you headed to the manor. You headed into Seaward, accompanied by members of the Seawolves, and there met by the changeling Mist in a nearby alley, and agreeing on a plan and casting fog cloud over the manor, what would you all like to do?
Can we see from where we are where might be easier access to the first floor if we were to go from the outer wall, and then we wanted to get into the first floor?
So essentially, there's a wall around the outside of the property. Inside, there looks to be some kind of space, probably for garden, and then there is the manor in the center of that. The manor is quite wide. It's almost got a villa-esque structure from what little you could see before the fog fell. And you can see that in the center of this, sort of inset a little bit, there is the tower. The tower goes up an additional 3 stories, ending in something of a spire. There are no windows around the first floor of this tower. The next floor, the second floor, has a balcony, and then above this, you can see 4 stained glass windows around the top of the tower. And you can see that as the fog begins to lift, there is candlelight coming from within this top room.
And presumably we can't see if there's windows on the ground floor.
You can't, no. The outer walls of the building obscure that.
So I'll turn to everyone. Slight change of plan. Should we go in second floor and then make our way down, or in ground floor and then go up? The risk of going in the ground floor is that we don't have anything specifically against the magic there, so we might be discovered despite the fact that we're going to put the spell up.
Well, I think that's a good idea if we can get from the top down, because that means we're attacking on 2 separate fronts.
Yeah. Zini, do you think you could ferry us up there once Scarlet's done the spell?
I think I could. It depends how close the outer wall is to the inner walls as to whether I can get us across to the house and therefore the second floor.
I mean, if the guards are all distracted, we could go down and then up.
There will be a fog.
Or I could web us across.
Sure, why not?
Woo, yeah.
Okay, I think we better go.
Hey.
Can I just make sure that I have the salamandering on, and I also give Evas over to Oriana to store in the bag of holding, and I only have Coffin Maker as my only shield, please.
Okay.
Everyone rings on.
Who have the sending stones?
I have the one.
Me too. Does anyone... I mean, we're not planning to split up, really.
Yes, we're not planning on separating, just if we need to relay a message and we do get split up as well, knowing
Good
who
thinking.
to communicate with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and I turn round to the seawolves and goes, sorry folks, it's about to get very weird. And wild shape into a giant spider.
So, like I said in the previous session, the paving in Seaward is immaculate. It's patterned and it's beautifully coloured. And you all watch as the stones slowly begin to break up, and you see vines and roots just shoot out of the earth and start to slowly wrap around Zini, sort of growing to that familiar egg shape once more. And then from out one side, a large spindly leg from the other, and then another and another, and from either side there are just eventually these 8 tendrils coming out, and you see the seawolves just, oh my god, as it slowly begins to crumble away, leaving behind this large black and bronze spider just skittering in the middle of the alleyway. And Mist turns to you, Dalfar, and I've got nothing on that.
Who's this?
What was that?
We don't know who Mist is, do we?
No, you don't, sorry.
Who's this?
He's a friend. They're a friend. And they'll help us.
Okay, it's enough for me.
Right, I turn to the Seawolves and say, are you ready?
I mean, we weren't expecting a fucking spider, but we're good. We're good. Yeah. You go.
Right.
We'll wait for the fog cloud to drop, and then we'll go hard and heavy on the doors.
Right.
Okay, I wave at Scarlet with one of my legs.
The mandibles just kind of...
Ew.
I give like a slightly pained smile, and then walk over to Zini and sort of consider the best way to, lack of a better word, mount a spider.
You can see that Juliet at your feet is looking at now the only creature she has come across that has more legs than she does, as she walks around with all 6 paws, just one of them just tapping one of the legs occasionally and then hiding behind your dress, Scarlet.
I think I prefer Zini how she usually is as well. No offense, Zini.
All 8 shoulders just shrug.
I attempt to mount the spine.
Can I hunker down to help?
Yeah, like it's a little awkward, and certainly neither of you have ever imagined having to have this situation ever occur in your life. But between between yourselves, you're able to approximate a spider mount.
Wonderful. I am now on top of Zini.
Okay. Can I try and go towards the wall in a place where there wasn't a guard standing above it?
Okay, make a retroactive perception check.
Okay. Would this be with Zini's stats or the spiders?
I'd say with Zini's, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eight eyes.
Okay.
Good perception check.
That is a natural 20, so 26.
So you get the impression that the best place is probably going to be towards the right-hand side of the gate and near the corner of the outer wall.
Okay, I will move over that way then.
Okay.
Can I try and do so quietly?
You can make a stealth check, please.
Okay, I have got the giant spider stats up. They have a +7 to stealth.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So let's
So
hope
stealthy.
this
Even
goes
when they're
well.
giant?
Yeah.
It's a very quiet giant spider.
Well, that's not amazing. It's 13 altogether.
13. So it takes a little getting used to. Like, you've already had to come to grips with walking on 4 legs. Walking on 8 is another matter entirely, and you have to kind of figure out the rhythm of it a little bit. And as you walk across, occasionally your mandibles just scrape along the floor as you just, and also you're having to juggle this with not only Scarlet on your back, but also Juliet, who I must remind you again, and I cannot emphasize this enough, she is a chunky cat. And,
Chunky, yeah.
but you make your way over, seemingly without attracting any attention.
Okay, I will climb the wall.
Okay. You climb up, and you are met with a wooden platform. You come down onto it, and it seems, from what little you can see, to hang next to a stone tower at the corner of the outer wall, and it stretches off into the fog beyond.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
No, I was just going to say, can I let Scarlet get off?
Yeah, I was going to side disembark, so we both try and attempt to do the same thing.
The Zini Express.
Yeah.
Okay, so Scarlet, you are now on wooden walkway. Fog surrounds you. You can see the trellis on top of the outer wall, covered in ivy and other foliage, but you are alone on the walkway next to a very large black and bronze spider.
I sort of whisper, thank you, Zini. I will hunker down now for the next 10 minutes.
I reassuringly pat her on the back with one of my legs.
Am I reassured by this?
I'd say that's an RP decision.
Scarlett she's not like, it's an experience, which
Yeah,
she will...
it's a slightly heavier thump than it would be were I not gigantic.
You're quite spiky as well, I imagine.
She sort of goes like...
And then I set off back towards the others.
Okay.
I would like to start to begin to cast my private faction spell.
Okay.
I guess stealth bloody.
I
There are
make a
verbal component. There are verbal components to this spell.
You can whisper.
Well,
So
yeah,
if
I will whisper.
you can make a stealth check at advantage because of the fog cloud you are currently in.
Thank you.
The rest of you, as you are in the alleyway and the sea wolves just hunker against the wall, Mist turns to you all and I'm going to go around the side. I'll try and hop over the wall if I can. I will see you in there.
Delphi nods. And
Do you need me to do anything?
just
What
keep
will
an
you
eye
do
out.
if you can't make it over the wall?
Then I guess I will come with my tail between my legs, which I can grow, by the way.
Right.
And you see them look a little at your particularly long purple tail and just acknowledge this, and then, right, best of luck, everyone. And they run off down the street under the cover of night and round the left-hand side of the wall. As this is happening, you hear as this large spider just crawls across the street towards you.
Who's
Shall I-
next?
I think while Skull is up there, she'll need some help being covered. So either Yumi, Terra, or Ori.
After you.
Ori, your choice. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, okay.
Ori it is.
So what did you roll, Jess?
Oh, so I was glad I had the advantage because the first one was a 5, which I don't think would have been very good. But the second one was a 14, which I feel has more chance of me not getting stabbed by some guards.
You sit there on the wooden bridge, just whispering to yourself and looking for any shapes in the mist. And even Juliet, sort of taking note of your hushed tone, is keeping quiet as she just paws a little bit at the wooden bridge, but a quick look from you just stops that, and she just hunkers down and just stares up at you with her big green eyes. Oriana and Zini, as you climb up, can you make a stealth check for me, please?
Oh,
And
God.
can you do so at disadvantage, please,
Oh.
Diani?
come on! Jeez.
Weird question.
Yes.
Yes, I'm in animal form, but does my ranger stealth ability still apply if people are within so much space of me that they can use my score instead?
I mean, I guess it's not a thing you cast, is it?
No, it's just a natural ranger ability.
So yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
So, and
Right.
do I get advantage because of the fog or no?
So this is just before you hit the fog.
Okay.
So this is as you're climbing up.
Oh, that's a 12.
It's better than what I rolled.
So what did you roll, Oriana?
8.
Okay, but you take Zini's score.
Yeah.
Okay. So sorry. What did you roll again? Sorry, Michael.
12.
12. Okay. As you clamber up the wall, and there is another pair of feet next to you, Scarlet, as you just look up and you see Oriana descend down. The bridge wobbles ever so slightly, and you hear a voice from a level below, you imagine in the garden area. One of them goes, "All right, I'll swap. You come down, I'll come up." And another voice, "All right, on my way down." And you start to hear, and more importantly, feel footprints coming from down the wooden walkway.
Can't hear you,
Jess.
That's fun and exciting, isn't it? Microphone. Okay, so I'm on the walkway whispering to myself, and there are. Okay. Because I'm mid-spell, so I'm guessing there is nothing I can hide myself behind.
No, it is just an open walkway.
Okay, well, you know what? Yes. Okay.
It's yes.
It's yes.
Yeah.
The
Yes,
footprints.
Oriana hadn't joined me yet, or had joined me yet.
She's just joined you.
Just joined you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the footsteps are getting closer.
Of course, they bloody well. Okay. And Zini's buggered off.
I don't know, Zini, what are you doing?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It'd be weirder to find a massive spider.
Than it would be, because if I'm just.
Well, you can put it down
checking-
to like just there being one there, fantasy world.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
It's a fantasy. Okay, tell you. I'm just looking at levitate and seeing if doing a higher spell slot allows me to do it for 2 people, and I don't think it does.
Does sadly.
It does not, which is a sad time. How strong? Do I know how strong Ariana is?
I mean, you've seen her cave
Yeah.
skulls in, so yeah, she's.
That's the least of what she's done.
Okay, I think I will literally grab Oriana's hand and cast levitate on her.
Okay.
Sort of get her to make sure that she holds on tight to me.
Okay, so
And I communicate this through literally doing the thing and making an arm motion. I don't think it's well communicated.
Are we on the top floor?
Yeah,
Like there isn't
you-
anything above us.
no, you're just on a walkway, and there is a small tower roof next to you where the tower sits, but that is it.
Okay. Jolly good.
The footsteps are getting closer, and
I
they are
cast
now
a spell.
around 10 feet away.
Right, okay. Well, in that case, I guess I'll attempt to levitate and carry Scarlet up.
So if you can make a strength check for me, please, to try and
Excellent.
hoist.
I knew I should have gone second.
Bear with me 1 second. I'm just going to double check something on my character sheet. La 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 la.
Meanwhile, Zini, as you skitter back across to Terra and Dalafar, what are you doing, all 3 of you?
Awkwardly standing there, not making conversation with the sea wolves.
Is Zini back at us now?
Yeah, so Zini skitters back.
Right. Who's next? Do you want to go, Dalafar?
Sure.
Okay. Take Dalafar.
Yep.
Okay.
Maybe to a slightly different point, because I think I did hear the voice, didn't I? So
You would have heard the voice, yeah. as you were.
maybe can I like perch on the wall and listen so that wait for them to swap over?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So you go over to roughly the same area, and by this stage you can hear the footsteps getting closer to where Scarlet and Oriana are. So Scarlet and Oriana, what are you doing?
Yeah. I rolled an 8.
Well, I'm dead.
Maybe we're going to have a
Me.
second distraction.
Okay, I'm going to panic and I'm going to cast Darkness.
Okay. So as
Which doesn't use a spell slot because it's one of my what's
Cantrips.
it? Yeah. No, it's not a cantrip, but it's something.
It's like a one use a day racial
yeah.
feat thing.
So as your feet slowly begin to lift off the ground, and you're like very much like Scarlet, you're hanging onto a balloon. Oriana's feet just slowly lift up into the air, and you are slowly turning upside down, Oriana. As you just, oh, what is happening? And it's very much like a cat over water, just, oh no, and just flinging out a hand. There is this and this bubble of blackness just appears around you. It's what's the radius on it? It's 20 feet, I think.
It's 15 foot.
15 foot. Okay, so let's.
How high in the air have you levitated?
Don't know. How high have I levitated?
It can go up to like 60 feet, so like. 60
Well,
feet.
then maybe.
I mean, like, I would say I would want to cast it from, like, however far I'm able to lift Scarlet off the ground. I want that to be the bottom, I guess, of the...
Well, if you levitate, it depends how far you levitate. Because if you've levitated and you're far enough away from the wall that the darkness doesn't touch the wall, we might be okay. But I don't know with that strength check whether Scarlet's with you or not.
No, I think Scarlet is still very much still on the walkway.
Okay.
Yeah, but by this stage, you hear a voice almost directly next to you, Scarlet, and there's just a. How dark does fog get? And why? I can't see anything. And as the footsteps get a little closer, Scarlet, you feel someone just brush against your shoulder. And then a hand. Silo, is that you? I'm still down here. And then you just hear the sound of metal being unsheathed. I would like everyone to roll for initiative, please.
Including those of us. Actually, it's just me that's not there, isn't it?
Yeah.
You still want me to roll it?
Yes, I would say so. And then we can...
Like, muffin delivery.
Okay, so...
Basically, it all hangs on whether Jess gets high enough initiative.
So... Okay, so...
Why did we leave the assassin behind?
So 25 to 20?
So just working out mine. 1 second. I'm just double checking on something.
Okay.
Do I have that listed? The shield? No.
Ariana's just going to float away.
Never to be seen or heard
Like
from
Mary
ever
Poppins.
again.
This is their problem now.
Yeah.
And I tried.
So, do you know what you got, Billy?
I do. I
Okay,
believe.
so-
yeah, 16.
Okay, so 20 to 15.
Oh, no, wait, I got 20.
Okay, but you're still top of the round. So then it is Dal. Then it is Billy.
I got 16 as well, but I think my dex is higher than Dalafar's.
It is, yes. So lovely. And then 15 to 10.
A nice round 10.
Okay.
I'm going to ask, what's your dex, Michael?
As a spider, it's +3.
Okay. It's not
10
that
to,
much.
10 to 5.
It's still better than you.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Oh, Jess.
Oh,
Have you
dear.
not put your hand up yet?
No.
No.
Uh,
I guess you're like panicking
I'm being
because there's a
stabbed,
guy
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Fine.
Who has just touched her in the dark, which is a
Yeah.
bit...
Yeah.
So, initiative order is as follows. It is
You don't wanna know
Oriana.
what I rolled? Maybe
Oh, what-
everything. No, I got a 4. Yeah.
So it is Oriana, then it is Zini, then it is Dalafar, then it is the Sea Wolves, then it is Terra, then it is the Silent, and then it is Scarlet.
Oh, it's like
kind
the
of a-
worst possible.
Kind of a waste of natural 20.
I mean, especially as you are currently enveloped in
Yeah,
a sphere
yeah.
of darkness. So,
Yeah.
Oriana, your go. What are you doing?
I mean, who knows? Who freaking knows? Alright, let me... So this tower, the spire, as did you say it was?
Mhm.
Where is it in relation to where I am now?
So it's just to your right as you continue holding on to Scarlet, and it is right next to you. It's tiled roof, just within arm's reach.
Okay. Can I attempt to lift Scarlet onto the spire?
Yeah, make another strength check for me in that case.
Come on. Oh my god, it goes with so close. A fucking natural 1.
As you pull up, you actually let go and find yourself floating a little more as you just come up to the spire, completely out of control, and you just hang on to the spire as your feet just slowly move into the air, your tail as well, and just through the fog, Michael and Billy, Dalafar and Zini just see these two quite heavily armored feet just coming just above the mist. Is there anything else that you want to do, Oriana?
Nope.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, so Zini, it is your go.
So is darkness still up?
Yeah.
I mean, do you want? You can drop it if you'd like to, Oriana.
The guard would see.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it up just because the guards are still there.
So
Okay.
can we see the feet, or is it just dark up there?
It's like just above the bubble of the darkness and through the mist
And
as well.
also it's foggy.
Yes.
Okay. So
We've done really well here, everyone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume from the fact that the feet
Not
are
even
floating
inside.
that something has gone wrong,
Okay.
and the fact that I can't see the darkness. So there's not much point in me going into the darkness. So can I skitter along the wall and around the corner and bring Dalafar up further along the walkway to the right? So we're almost behind where the talking person was?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So I can move you there.
Does dark vision work in magical darkness?
No, it doesn't.
No.
Trellis
And
does.
can I hold... Oh no, I was meaning
Further along the other way.
on to the right, Ed, along the wall.
Okay, so that won't be where the voice came from.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought okay, that's fine. So can I hold my action, which will be to shoot some web at an enemy when I can see them and they attack one of my friends?
Okay, sure thing. So, Dalafar, as you are carried across by this large spider across the wall, you can just about make out the voice inside the fog and now inside the darkness as well. What would you like to do as you sort of straddle the top of this very large trellised wall?
Okay. So I would have heard the voices at this point.
Yeah.
And I think we got there before he started to draw his sword. Or whatever weapon he has.
You did, yes.
Okay. Okay. And I've seen Ori's feet up there, so I'm going to leap to the same conclusion and say something's gone horribly wrong.
Okay.
I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think I've ever seen Ori put up this magic before.
I don't think you have.
No, no one has.
So I have no other clue. Right. But it seems that it doesn't destroy or kill anybody, but I can hear voices inside.
You can, yes.
I'm going to do what Dalafar would do, and in this situation, because I think you think that either Scarlet and Ori are in danger, or Scarlet is and Ori's feet are sort of up in the air. I think he's going to walk in slowly, climb off Zini and walk into the darkness.
Okay.
And I think upon finding that it is dark, just sort of put a hand out to feel and sort of tentatively walk forward.
Okay. So as you walk forward, sort of pushing your hand out into the darkness, it is quite a thin walkway. And as you walk forward, your hand just connects with leather armor.
Okay. knowing that Scarlet never wears any armor, I'm going to, as quickly as I can, find the neck of the person whose armor this is, and basically just strangle.
Okay, make an attack. I'd say at disadvantage because not only is this individual taller than you, but it's also in the mist as well. So if you just make a straight strength attack with that.
I feel like there's gonna be some awkward groping.
Like the worst
you said disadvantage?
Train.
Yeah.
At disadvantage, yeah.
Okay. So that's a 12.
A 12. So you reach up and you're able to just about get the neck, but the individual, you feel them turn and, hey, what the? We have company! And you start to hear more footsteps downstairs. Is there anything else that you're wanting to do?
Because I get 2 attacks, don't I?
You do get 2 attacks, yeah.
Can I grab them?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Can I throw them over the wall? Can I just because I can grab them? Can I just throw them over the wall?
Yeah. Make another. Let's do a contested strength check for that. Again, well, it evens out, so just a straight strength check.
How high is the wall?
It's around 15, 20 feet.
Okay.
So it's not too tall.
It's a natural 1.
Oh, my guy got a 3 as you just sort of grab him and slowly push him to the side and he just slips free of your grasp. You have come up against combatants like this before and he just once again disappears into the darkness. So it is now the sea wolf's turn, and hearing the commotion from indoors, you just, Terra from next to you, one of the sea wolves looks and, what are we doing? Are we fucking going in?
You're going in the main gate.
Right,
Make a
okay.
distraction. Go now.
Come on, guys! And all 5 of them just running forward towards the gate, and they are just going to use their full movement to run over there and just basically slam on the door and start attacking it and causing a commotion. So I'll just roll for all of those attacks. Okay, so you start to watch Terra, and the rest of you hear as there is just an almighty scream from the alleyway from which you came, and you start to hear weapons just banging on the front of the gate, and you can see, Terra, that they are making a fairly... they're beginning to splinter the wood a little bit as they just bring their clubs and their axes towards it. So that's all they're going to do. So Terra, it is your go. What would you like to do?
If I dashed, would I get up onto the wall where the darkness bubble is?
Yeah, you'd have to make an athletics check, but yeah.
But like a dash would get me there.
It would, yeah.
In terms of distance.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll use my cunning action to do that as a bonus action.
Okay.
Athletics check, yeah?
Yep.
Oh, it's not very good. 11.
11. So rushing over to the wall, you see a foliage crawling down, and you can see that there are a number of things that you can grab a hold of.
Is it made of stone?
It is a stone wall, yes.
So I get advantage then.
Okay, roll again in that case.
It's worse. So,
So you run over, and just hearing the commotion above you and hearing the sea wolves to the side, you just punch your fists into the wall and begin to just crawl your way up. You aren't able to get to the full height of it, but you are near the top. You'll certainly be able to jump over on your next turn.
well, that wasn't my action.
Okay, so what would you like
That
to
was my movement.
Your movement, yeah.
And my bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
So can I use my action to just get there?
Yep, so if you make another athletics check for me, please.
Sir? 24.
Okay, you leap over the top, and the rest of you feel the bridge give a little as there is just a... and it just ripples ever so slightly. You are now over the wall, Terra. Is there anything else you're wanting to do?
Well, what can I ascertain from what's going on?
I mean,
Like-
basically, you are in full darkness now, and...
Right, but like, do I know that the guard is being attacked?
I mean, you've heard shouting from this portion of the wall, yeah.
Okay, so can I just say, Scarlet, if you're here, I suggest you just try and get on with that thing you were doing. And that's it.
Lovely. So, Dalfar, the one who you have just tried to throw over the edge of the wall, suddenly from out of the darkness and into the mist just in front of you, you see this pale, lithe figure in dark black leather armor come out wielding 2 silvered blades, and they're going to try and make 2 attacks at you. Right, so that's a 22.
That hits.
That hits. Okay, so that will be 6 points of piercing damage, and the other one is 15, which I assume doesn't hit.
Does not hit now.
Okay, so that's all that he can do as he comes out of the bubble of darkness towards you, and sort of looking to one side, sees you, Zini, crouching on the wall, and just looks a little alarmed, but then continues back at Dalfar.
I am not in the darkness.
No, you're not in the darkness.
But how does he see me if he's in the darkness?
He stepped out.
Oh, he stepped out.
Yeah, he stepped out of the darkness, yeah.
I missed that bit, sorry.
So the rest of...
I wave my legs menacingly. And I believe because he attacked my friend, I get my action now, yes?
You do, yes. So roll to attack.
I'm gonna try and attack him. Not that dice, because that's a rubbish one. Ooh, that is the 23.
That hits. Roll for damage.
Okay, well, he's not damaged, but he is restrained by my webbing.
Ah, okay.
He has to use an action to try and break free. It's a DC 12, so it's not terrible. But
still.
Yeah, and the webbing can be attacked and destroyed, but it's, it's not terribly strong, but it'll do.
Okay, so there is a... through the mist, and Dalfar, you just turn back a little bit as you just see the individual in front of you just immediately wrapped in this cocoon and just fall back against the edge of the wooden walkway and immediately start to struggle. And downstairs you can hear armored footprints running both towards the main gate but also in your direction. So, Scarlet, it is your go. What would you like to do?
Oh, loving this whole situation. So the guard doesn't have me with like a knife.
No, he's
because Dalfar did his best time to try and throw over the wall, but failed. But I assume that meant that he removed the blade that he was using to threaten me.
Yes, he has. Yeah. So it's just you on your own in the middle of pitch black darkness.
I'm loving it. I mean, the issue is I already interrupted my spell casting to cast levitation, so I'm not currently casting private sanctum, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
How long because I don't really know if you can pause a spell and then pick it back up again. I think
no, unfortunately
10 minutes
not.
again.
Yeah, it has to be 10 straight minutes, so yeah.
And I think also, I mean, personally, I wouldn't know that combat is only 6 seconds around.
Yeah.
I feel like she knows that combat's quite small, so I feel like Scarlet probably made the decision to not carry on with that spell because that would leave her open to attack and probably wouldn't achieve much in the potentially less than a minute that this scuffle will last for, maybe, unless this kicks off loads of stuff. So, let me think, because we're in fun darkness. Okay, do I generally know where the guy is?
You can certainly hear the combat that's happening further on down the walkway to you, yeah. And you can feel the walkway give a little bit with every step that everyone takes.
How close does he feel to me?
Make a perception check at disadvantage, I'd say. Okay,
cool, thank you. Ah, yes, my famous +1 to perception. Okay, that's a 10.
10. It is really hard to tell. You are disoriented. Not only is there darkness, but there beyond that is also the fog as well. So.
Okay, well, I'm gonna move a bit closer, 5 5 or 10 feet because I feel like he probably hasn't moved like 30 feet since we left.
So, stepping out, you feel the darkness just shimmer past your face, and you see Dalifar next to you, his axe raised, and you see this webbed up assassin just fallen on the floor up against the railings.
Awesome. I am going to cast Burning Hands.
Okay. So roll to attack.
Shoot things. No, it's a saving throw dex.
Okay.
Oh, Scarlet, using fire again.
That will be at
On webbing as well, I
disadvantage
feel like
because, oh boy, that's a 3.
That's a 3. Cool, but he fails because it was a 15 to pass. Was anybody else in the way of that, or was it just him?
No, Dalifar's next to you, but
That's
he's
good.
ahead of you, yeah.
Well, it's fine. I'm spell sculpting, so I can automatically save Dalifar if you're in the way of my fire. So it's fine. Cool. So that is 3d6. So let me just roll that right now.
3d6, wow, good.
10 points.
10 points, okay. So Dalifar and Zena, you just watch as there is this... Huh? What, sorry?
The web's gone. The web only has 5 hit points.
Yeah, so...
And it's vulnerable to fire, so...
So you both watch as there is this... As Scarlet just comes out of the darkness, bringing her spoon up, and the individual, as the webbing melts from him, melting onto his armor, just... Is there anything else you want to do, Scarlet?
I think I'm good. I mean, I can move. No, I can't. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. I've already used my action. I could use my action to bring Oriana closer to us, but I've already used my action.
Okay.
But Oriana can push herself to move as well. That's part of levitation.
So, top of the round, it is Oriana. So, what are you doing? As this bubble of darkness glows around you, and you slowly bring yourself down to a more manageable position and start to get a sense of how levitate works. What would you like to do?
Can I tell where the nearest enemy is?
I'd say make a perception check for me, please.
Okay. Jeebus Christ. Rolling really badly since the initiative roll. It's a 16.
16, so you can just about make out someone coming up what sound to be stairs in the darkness, and they seem to be coming from your right. You can just about make out sounds.
Okay. Can I... heck it. If I drop darkness, is it a bonus action?
I'm not sure.
Say in the spell description, you have to...
should say in the spell.
Oh, let me check. Should have checked this before. Do.
I mean, we've had successful operations before. This has just gone.
Yeah.
Have we had successful operations before?
Yeah, when we were stalking in the ship where those killers were coming down.
That was pretty good.
That went off nearly flawlessly.
It doesn't say anything about dispelling it. It just says it lasts for 10 minutes and it's concentration.
Okay, so you can choose to drop that if you'd like. So yeah, that's fine.
And will that be a bonus action, or is it just dropping it?
I think just dropping it. I think if it doesn't specifically say you need to use an action, I'd say.
Okay. Well, we have started fighting now, so I will drop it, and as soon as I've dropped it, I would like to leap towards the nearest person and attack.
Okay, so there is still fog cloud all around you, but as you make your way further across into the tower area, you can just about make out a shape coming up the stairs towards you, slowly running through the fog, and I will reveal that for you. Just slowly running up the stairs, making their way through the crowd. You can just see a very small silhouette in the fog.
Okie dokie. Cool. I'll attack them then.
Okay.
So that is 21.
That hits. Roll for damage.
Tonks. That's 14 for my first attack.
Okay. And second attack?
Is 24.
Okay. Roll for damage.
11.
11.
And I'll use my bonus action to make another attack,
Okay.
which is 22.
That hits. Roll for damage.
11.
11. As you come out of the darkness, dropping it around you and running through a nearby tower, as you just hear footsteps coming up the stairs, and you can just about make out through the fog this figure run towards you. You just... and the rest of you just hear this... as there is this decided crunch off in the fog. He is dead and gone. So is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
Let me just take a quick look at the map. No, I will just... I'll move a bit further down so that I can see everyone else and just kind of keep an eye on the direction that I've moved away from to see if anyone else enters and keep an eye on everyone else.
Okay, sure thing. So, Zini, it is your go as you are still crouched on top of the wall and watching this individual as webbing burns away from their form.
Okay, can I go a little bit to the left as if flanking this individual?
Like that?
Yeah.
Yep, okay, sure, absolutely.
And then I would like to attack him.
Okay, roll to attack.
Okay. 16?
16, that just hits. Roll for damage.
Excellent. So that's one. Ooh, so that's 11 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And could you make a Constitution saving throw? You need to be 11.
So that's a 1.
Okay, so I rolled really poorly on the dice though, so you take 3 points of poison damage.
So, Scarlet and Dalifar, you watch as silhouetted through the mist, there is this as Zini's spider-like form just descends upon this guy who's just, as he's trying to pull off burning webbing, just suddenly, as this spider just descends upon him and the mandibles just stick in, and is not looking good, it has to be said. Is there anything else you want to do?
I would like to use my extra attack because of my ranger multi-class and bite him again.
Okay, roll to attack.
Oh, do I get advantage because he's flanked?
You do, because he's flanked, yeah.
This poor guy.
Okay, so that's a dirty 20 to hit.
That hits, yep, roll for damage.
So that's 6 points of piercing damage. And he needs to make a Constitution saving throw again.
I mean, as you just run into him, he just falls through the railings and down, and you hear a soft thud on the snowy ground below. He, too, is gone. So, is there anything else you want to do?
Right. Because we're attacking, should I drop Fog Cloud? I don't know. I mean, it's obvious that we're attacking now. We don't need the... I'm going to drop Fog Cloud because I think it's too inconvenient otherwise. Okay,
so I will reveal the area now so you can see the gardens. So... there. So the sea wolves are currently battering at the door, and the rest of the silent are running towards the doors, and there's one more on the tower on the other side of the gate, and you see just over in the corner another figure looking very much like the others, but coming from the other side of the wall, you suspect that this is mist running into the fray. So you are all together on the wall as the sea wolves bang against the door, and as you look down, you can see that portions of the gate are starting to give and splinter. What would you...
Okay.
Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn, Zini?
Does it look like they've seen us? Because obviously hitting somebody off the railings might have... Or are they very focused on the door?
They're currently charging towards the door, but that could change with the arrival of a body.
Can I... Yeah, I'm just going to see if I can travel to the right-hand side of the tree, just down the wall and over.
Yep, okay.
Just using my movement speed to climb down the wall. So I can move 30 feet. So did you say the wall is 15 feet tall?
It is, yes.
Yeah, so if I move down the wall, I could probably go 1, 2, to there, maybe?
Yep, no, that's fine.
I think that's about as far as I can go.
As you descend down, sort of down the wall, and next to the very unfortunate body of the Silent that is there, you see the 3 Silent who are currently charging towards the door. One of them just looks and sees this large skittering spider coming down. Sort of, especially black on the white snow is very, very noticeable. So, Dalafar, it is your turn. What would you like to do as the fog slowly begins to lift all around you, revealing Seaspire Manor and revealing the 4 remaining Silent who are currently on the grounds?
I say to Scarlet and say, can you continue doing what you were doing?
In 10 minutes.
We'll get you that time. And I would like to hop over the banister and as I land, roll to sort of break my fall.
Okay, make an acrobatics check for me, please.
Come on, acrobatics. That would be a 12.
12. There is a distinct thud as you hit the ground, and there is this little tidal wave of snow that comes from either side of you, and the grass beneath is revealed. But you land on the ground. You are okay. So you've probably got another 25 feet of movement.
Okay, so I think I'd have landed there.
Mm-hmm.
And once noticed them. So does the gate seem like it's barred from the inside by one of those sort of beams that locks from the inside?
Precisely, yes.
Okay. Have any of the Silents seen me? Is what I'm getting.
I mean, one of them is looking in the direction of Zini, and you are now next to the large spider. So yes.
Okay. Which way should I go? Okay. What I'll do is, I think I will sort of circle around. So I've got 20 feet left to move.
Mm-hmm.
I'll move past Zini, I think. 1, 2. Oh, can I go 1, 2, 3, and 4 there. So that's 20 feet. And I'm going to do nothing for now.
Okay, so it is now the Sea Wolves' turn, so they're going to continue battering at the gate. Okay, and you see that it is now beginning to splinter quite a bit, and Mist is also going to join in the fray. So, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mist look like one of them then?
Yes, yeah.
One of the Silent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, oh no, that's, what am I talking about? 1, 2. There we go. And as they're running in the direction of where the Silent are, you see the disguised Mist turn to them and go, "Look, over there, a giant spider!" And then as one of them turns, is just going to throw a dagger in the direction of one of them, which hits, and that will be... yeah, sorry. And then another one for good measure. Yep, that hits. So you watch as distracting the others, Mist just brings out 2 daggers and just, and you see both of them connect with this one Silent who has their back turned to Mist, and just as they're looking in the direction of Zedi, and then they turn in the direction of Mist and go, "We have a traitor!" That is all they're going to do. So Terra, it is your go. As the fog lifts, you can see all of this happening before you. What would you like to do?
I'm going to look at Oriana in a like, what is happening kind of way.
I shrug very nonchalantly.
And then I'm gonna shrug as well, and then I'm gonna take off down those stairs.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go, I mean, I'm not quite sure how far I can go, but I'm gonna go around the side of the building to see what I can see there.
Okay, so you can move 30 feet. So can you move your token? Or...
Yeah, but is 1 square 5 then?
Yes, it is, yeah.
So 10, 20, so that's 30. Is that it?
I mean, if you're moving diagonally, you should be able to move...
But I'm going down the stairs, so I have to go around the corner.
4, 5, 6, 7... yeah, so you'd be around there-ish.
Okay, so I guess I'll just do another go of dashing as a bonus action. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so you... as you're running forward, you get more of a sense of how the building looks. There are large pillars round the outside, and you can see that there are large ornate windows covering the surface. And where you stop, you look in, and you are able to see what looks to be a large living area. There is... you can see maps hanging on the walls. You can see what looks to be a harpsichord off to one side. I'll reveal it to you. And you can see numerous red velveted bits of furniture inside. Also, off to one side, there is a large stone fireplace, which is unlit currently, but it is as ornate as you would expect from a building such as this.
Do the windows look like I can get into them?
Yeah, I mean, they are designed for style rather than for practical.
But is there an opening?
There isn't, but it's made of very fragile glass, and it looks like they are sliding windows as well.
Are they sliding? So can I unlock it then?
Yeah, it'd take some doing from outside, but yeah, you absolutely could.
Okay. What about upstairs? Does it look like I could climb?
To the roof that connects with the tower?
Just to anything that could get me to the second floor balcony.
So this first level of the building is just 1 story.
Right.
Then it is the first story, which has no windows, which is the base of the tower. And then it is the second story, which has the balcony. There is nothing around the base of the tower that, other than stone itself, so you could absolutely give it a go.
Can I try climbing onto this first roof then?
Yeah, sure.
I've still got my action.
Yep, so if you make an athletics check for me.
If it's stone, I can do that advantage, right?
Yes.
I rolled the same thing twice. 2 13s plus... so 19.
19. So rushing forward and once again just clinging onto bits of ivy and foliage and occasionally just shoving your hands in between the actual masonry. You climb up and I will say you're halfway up the wall. You'll be able to probably get there on your next turn if that works. Okay, lovely. So it is now the Silent's turn. So they are going to... one of them is going to run in the direction of Mist and attack them. And both of them will miss. And these two are going to run in the direction of 1, 2, 3. They can't get there, so 1, 2. So they are starting to run in the direction of the giant spider that is currently residing on the lawn. And this one is going to try and attack from above with a ranged attack to the sea wolves. One of them hits. Okay, so Scarlet, as you're stood up on the balcony, you can see the layout of the entire garden as the Silents begin to split off. One of them starts engaging in battle with Mist, while the other two begin to run in the direction of Zini and where Dalifar is as well. And you can see from down below, one of the sea wolves just as a knife just flies down from one of the guard towers from above. It is your turn. What would you like to do, Scarlet?
Cool. I'm thinking about where I am. Basically, I would like to be somewhere where I could kind of hide and try and redo the spell. I don't think that's possible on the walkway.
Yeah, I mean, there are the towers to either side, which are enclosed.
So they are enclosed. Yeah, I can see Oriana's on the other one. Yeah, I'm going to go to the tower where Oriana is. I'm just going to
Okay.
Hi. Actually, I'm going to go in the corner. I'm just going to literally go in the corner, and I'm going to hunker down with Juliet next to me, and I'm sort of going to sort of shrug in Oriana's direction. Just like, I'm going to try and cast the spell again. It will take 10 minutes. If you could stop anyone from stabbing me to death, it would be much appreciated.
Yeah.
Sit down and start whispering to myself like any self-respecting wizard would do.
So, top of the round, Oriana, it is you as Scarlet sits down next to you, starting to cast the spell. Are you staying there?
Yeah. I'm going to stay and protect her.
Okay. If you like, you can hold an action for if anyone comes within reach.
Yeah. I'd like to hold an action until anyone kind of reaches about halfway up the stairs.
Okay, sure thing. So, Zini, it is your go as you see two of the Silent begin to run towards you.
Okay, can I move 30 feet towards the wall? 25. Yeah, and then I will see if my web recharges. It does! And then I'm going to shoot a web up the wall.
Okay, so
So
there
I'm
is.
going to attack the wall with a web.
Okay, I'd say because this is the first time you've been a spider, roll a dexterity attack for me.
Okay. Well, I mean, if I'm just attacking the wall, it's the same stats as the web just normally, so it'd be +5 to hit.
Yeah.
But I'm just attacking the wall, so whatever DC the wall has.
Not high.
That is a 17.
There is a. And Terra, as you're climbing up, you see from just around the corner this large 8-legged creature just turn around and just shoot out a web up. Are you trying to get it onto the roof, Michael?
Just as high as possible. It has a range of up to 60 feet.
Okay.
So its minimum range is 30, its maximum range is 60, and for anybody who will nitpick that I attacked the guard with it, I was doing so at disadvantage, plus advantage because they were flanked, so shush.
So there's an arc as this web just flies into the air and you feel it connect with the roof above. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
I would like to detach my web shooter from the web and then stand guard over it menacingly and gesture wildly at Dalifar to see if he will climb it.
Okay, so Dalifar, you watch as these 4 legs on the front of this spider just come up and start pointing in the direction of the web.
Okay. I think Dalifar will be more worried about the 2 that were coming this way, because I went behind a tree, but they saw Zini, and I'm laying in ambush effectively.
Okay. So are you holding an action, or?
I will hold an action till they get within range. And,
Okay.
But what I will do is move to... how far can they move?
30 feet.
Okay, I will move to here and then hold my action.
Okay, sure thing. So it is the sea wolves go, so they're going to all attack at the same time. Rolling for multiple NPCs is so much fun. There we go. Right, okay, so you all hear this as the gate just gives, and all of the sea wolves are just going to pour in. So, not quite that orderly, but
We're men. We're men in tights.
It's a long way to Tipperary.
So you're going to run in that direction and that direction. So they are now just spreading out, and Mist is going to take his 2 attacks against the guy in front of him. That hits, so... Yeah. Okay, and you all watch as, with another just quick... the silent in front of Mist just falls to the ground, their jugular cut, and Mist just looks around, nods at the sea wolves, and then over to you, Dalafar, just they give a nod. So that's all they're going to do. Terra, it is your go as you're halfway up the wall.
I'll continue up the wall.
Okay, sure. So you pull yourself up until you are on the red terracotta tiled roof of the building. Where are you going?
Towards... Well, is Deanie on that level now?
No, so
No,
Zini's still
I
down
shot the
below.
rope up but didn't climb because I
Right.
didn't have any movement left.
Okay, so I'll go over to the tower.
Okay, sure thing.
How far away is that?
So that will be... I can move you there. So it's around there-ish.
I can't see myself now, but okay.
You are there, but one space over.
Yeah. And then is the tower... So the tower is in the center of the building.
roof.
Yeah. Okay, so that's like the side wall. Okay. And is there a balcony above me?
So there is a balcony 1 floor above.
Yeah, but it's above me where I am now.
It is, yeah.
Okay. Why not? Let's try and climb it.
Okay, so make another athletics check for me. At advantage because it's stone.
Yeah. 23.
23, okay. So again, you just like sort of really getting a hang for this now. You just start punching into the wall and making your way up, and the balcony and its iron railings and its French windows are getting ever closer. So is that everything you want to do on your turn?
Well, was that action or movement?
I mean, it's sort of a weird mixture of both. So, I mean, you can use your bonus action to dash and go up to the balcony if you'd like.
Yeah, and then I still have an action left.
Okay, so you climb up, continuing to basically pummel your way up the wall until eventually you come to the iron railings of the balcony. And jumping over the top, you can see that the French windows lead into a fairly well-presented room. There is ornate wallpaper all around its edges, and as you sort of stand on the balcony, you can see that there is a 4-poster bed, very sizable in its center, opposite which you are currently stood. There are dark purple curtains that are pulled to either side of the frames, and in the far corner of the room, you see a round ivory bathtub on 4 iron legs, empty of water. And there are a number of wardrobes around the room as well, with intricate designs carved into their woodwork. And you can see that off to one side, there is a door.
Okay, so I'm just gonna, if possible, like, move so I'm just hiding behind the wall slightly,
Okay.
and then just wait there.
Okay. Make
So
a
if
stealth.
anyone's inside, they can't see me.
Okay, make a stealth check for me, please.
Oh no.
Oh, great.
12.
12. You hunker down against the frame of the window and hope that no one sees you. So it is now the silence turn, so this one's going to run towards you, Dalafar, and this one is going to join. So you can have your held action now if you'd like to.
Yes, please. I would like to attack the one directly in front of me, please.
Okay, sure thing.
No, I'll hold that. Oh, natural 20, which makes it a 28.
Okay, roll for damage.
7.
7.
Did you double your die?
Why do I double my? Oh,
Because it was
Because it was
natural.
a natural 20.
it'll be 9 then, because I rolled a 2.
Okay, 9 points of damage.
I know. On a D8, I rolled a 2.
So as they rush forward, leaving footprints in the snow and rush towards you, you come round the side of the tree and and it connects, and they just dart to the side, and so the worst of it is avoided, but they're going to try and attack you now, and it will be an advantage.
Question, Ed. Because
Yes.
I'm attacking, do I still get my 2 attacks or just the 1?
No, so with a held action, you only get to hold one action, I
Yep.
believe.
Yeah.
One attack, you mean?
1 attack, yeah.
Yes, 1 attack.
Yeah, so the first attack is going to be a 22 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, so that will be 6 points of piercing damage, and they're going to attack you again with 23.
That hits.
So that will be 10 points of piercing damage, and the other one is going to try and attack you as well. That will be a 24 again.
Yeah, that hits.
And 7 points of piercing damage, and their final attack is going to miss. So the both of them just bring these silvered blades in your direction, and some of them bounce off the adamantine armor, but a couple of them manage to just jab in between the joints, and you feel their blades keenly. This one is going to... and it's going to jump down and do so okay, and is going to make his way over to Mist. So it is Scarlet. Are you just continuing to cast your spell?
I'm gonna continue to cast my spell. I'm afraid that's it. It's very exciting. I'm saying.
Okay, so Oriana, are you still holding an action?
Yes.
Okay, so as you continue hearing the whispering from behind you, and Juliet occasionally going, "Ow!" you just continue facing down the stairs that lead up to this corridor. Zini, it is your go. What would you like to do?
Okay, if it's possible for a spider to sigh, I sigh heavily at Dalifar, and then I climb the wall as far as I can.
Okay, so you climb up to the top, and you can see that there are a couple of, in the tower in front of you, a couple of handholds that have been created, presumably by Terra. So you are probably around there-ish on the roof, as you're in the middle of the red terracotta roofing. Is there anything else you want to do?
Well, can I just use my action to dash?
Yeah, of course.
Because I'm assuming I can see where Terra went.
You can see where she went, not necessarily where she is, but yes.
No, but I can see where she went, so I follow that path, but don't clamber onto the balcony entirely, given that I am a big spider and probably would take up the majority of it.
So you climb towards the base of the tower, and...
so kind of on the edge to the left of the balcony.
Okay, sure thing.
Almost perched beside it.
Okay, so weird kind of like upside down. So Dalifar, it is your go as Zini disappears up the edge of the manor.
Okay, I think Dalifar is going to use Action Surge.
Okay.
And start attacking.
Okay, sure thing.
So, the first one I attacked initially, I'm going to attack again.
Okay.
That is a 16.
That just hits. Roll for damage.
That is 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage, yeah, okay.
I attack him again.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 17.
That hits. Roll for damage.
That is 7 points of damage.
Okay.
I've got 2 more attacks.
Okay. It's looking rough, but roll to
I attack him again, which is a 13.
That doesn't hit, unfortunately, but
I
you still
attack
have
him.
your one more attack.
I do. With 27.
Yeah, that hits. Roll for damage.
Which is 7 points of damage.
He is on his last leg as you just... and blood just arterially sprays over the white snow all around, and he just... and just staggers to one side. He's looking very, very rough. Is there anything else you want to do?
I shout to the wolves. I say, "Wolves, all yours!" And will they get an
If you
attack
try
of
and run
opportunity?
away, yeah, they'll get an opportunity attack.
Okay. In that case, I will hold my ground because even if I were to move, it wouldn't really do much because they can come up to me anyway. So
Okay,
yeah.
So these guys are going to run in this direction, and literally as you shout that, the Goliath of the Seawolves turns to you and just starts running through the snow, and there's a and luckily that hits as the one that was almost on death's door just slams into the tree and just falls down to the ground, and he's going to try and attack the other one, which also hits, so that will be okay. And these ones are going to rush in the direction of this unlucky guy, and they're all
He's
going
so
to
surrounded.
attack him. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Sorry, I know DM rolling against DM is never particularly fun, but yeah, okay, so you watch as all the Seawolves run in his direction, and so enveloping this very lithe but nevertheless dwarfed elf between them, they all just descend upon him, and there is this as he slowly just falls down into the ground. And Mist turns towards you, Dalafar, and says, "Where do you need me?"
Get to the top floor.
And they are going to start running in that direction. Okay, so it is Terra. Your go. What would you like to do?
Peek around and see if I can see if anyone's in there.
Okay, make a perception check for me, please.
Dirty 20.
It is entirely open, but as you look inside, you see that off in one corner there is the doorway you spied before. But on the other side of the room, carved into the wallpaper itself, there is what looks to be a small keyhole.
Curious. Okay, can I see Zini at this point?
I'd say with that perception check, you probably see a small mandible just coming round the side.
I think you probably just see me. I'm just perched on the wall, like, you know.
My spider sense is tingling. Okay, so I will just turn to Zini and do a kind of quiet gesture, and then a don't go downstairs sort of movement as well.
I will nod.
Yeah. Then I suppose I'll just very cautiously. Do I know? So we're on the second floor.
Yes.
When Oriana and I came here to do our scouting mission, she obviously there was a limit to her magic. Do I know if she would have picked something up if there was something on this floor, or was it just out of range?
She would have been able to pick up something on this floor, but not on the floor above.
Cool.
So this floor, as far as you are aware, is hopefully clean.
Okay, so I'm going to take a very tentative step into the room to see if anything crazy happens.
Okay. Are you doing so stealthily or just...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, make a stealth check then in that case.
Oh no,
Tippy-toes.
not a crazy floor.
Oh, that's a 2.
Oh no,
plus
is
8,
that rolling?
so
Is that
10.
rolling?
So you open the door and nothing happens. It is, to all intents and purposes, a very, very nice, very well upheld bedroom.
Okay. So did you say there was a door?
There's a door off in the corner, just a simple,
It's an old
albeit very ornate door, and on the other side of the room, you see that there is a small keyhole inside.
Does the normal door line up with the rest of this tower? Like, it might lead to a staircase.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Yes.
I'm just gonna like look back at Zini, who's still hanging off the balcony, I guess, and just slowly reach into my bag and pull out the bone key, and then walk towards the mysterious door, or whatever it is, mysterious lock.
As you walk towards it, it starts to shake and shimmer a bit as you push it towards. Are you going to try and unlock it?
Can I first just look around the area to see if anything seems trappy?
Make an investigation check for me.
Oh my gosh. 7.
It doesn't look like it. Just looks like a keyhole in a wall.
Okay. I don't know if I've run out of actions at this point, so because I feel like I'm sort of not doing combat stuff, so tell me.
No, I'd say you haven't used an action yet, so if you would like to open or attempt to unlock.
I'll put the key in the keyhole and see what happens.
Okay. I mean, are you using
putting it in to see if it sets anything off or fits? It
does neither.
So it doesn't fit, but nothing explodes.
Precisely, yeah. It's not made for this keyhole.
But the bone key is like a magical...
Well, that's why I ask. Are you... Because it gives you advantage on picking
I
locks.
thought you could use it like once a day to magically open a lock, right?
Yes, if you would like to do that.
Let me get the thing out.
So it gives you advantage on picking locks, and then once a day, if you would like to use it as such, you can automatically unlock.
Did you give me a... Yes, you did. Skeleton key, not bone key. Once per long rest, you can automatically open one lock of your choice. Yeah, I'd like to do that, please.
Okay, so you put it in, and twisting it to one side, it opens. And a long stone spiral staircase reveals itself to you.
In what way was it hidden in the wall? Was it just a wall with a keyhole in it?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not very subtle, is it? Okay.
You rolled very well on your perception check. So
Okay.
It's not like an Alice in Wonderland, doorknob,
Okay, I'm just going to wait there now then.
Okay.
This person-sized keyhole in the wall. It's not very subtle, is it? It's pretty obvious.
Don't open this.
I don't even need to open it. I could just walk through the keyhole. I mean, come on.
Where is this in terms of the wider layout? That wall. Which wall is it against?
So you are on the opposite side of the building to where you are currently. I can't reveal.
So
the
it
map,
goes out into what would seem to be the outside.
Yeah. Wait. Sorry. How do you mean? Sorry.
Well, so the tower is in the middle of the building.
Yeah.
I'm on this side. Well, I was on that side. Sorry, Zini's on that side.
Yeah.
I've walked across the middle to this side, and then the door is here, which would surely be to outside. Do you see what I mean?
No. So the stairs are built into the interior of the tower, so they just go up. There's no magic.
Oh, and they go up.
Transit. Okay. Yeah, they just go up. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. The last... Oh, man. Did not roll well at all. The last of the Silent is not doing too well against the sea wolves, as he just sort of brings his daggers out and the others just bat them away. They're feeling pretty confident at this stage. So Scarlet, continuing to cast your spell?
Continuing to cast my spell.
Oriana, continuing to protect her?
Continuing to protect. Oh, actually, no, wait.
Great.
Actually, can I move towards the edge of the I don't know what it's called. Banner. What's the bridge? The bit that. Oh man, I always forget what this word is. No,
Balustrade?
the
Ramparts.
yeah, that thing.
Balustrade, yeah.
Yeah, whatever it is. that thing, walk towards it, and I might as well just, throw a javelin, I guess.
The most nonchalant javelin throw of all time.
Yeah, I might as well just throw a javelin.
Okay.
Yeah, so do I get an extra attack on my javelin as well? Or is it just my...
What's your extra attack from?
My extra attack is just something I get at level 5.
So I guess, yeah.
Any attack, really.
If you've got more than one javelin, you can chuck two at the same time, yeah.
Okie dokie. Well then, let's. I don't know how many javelins I have. Actually,
I think
that's
you
a good
have
point.
5. I think.
Most of the time, you start with 5.
Okay, great. Well, I haven't used one before, so yeah.
You're gonna do like 1, 2, or both at the same time.
Well, I'm gonna use my bonus action to do a third attack. So I'm gonna be like form.
Mad Max style, just jumping over the edge. Just.
Yeah. My attack bonus isn't as good on this, so there's a chance I won't actually hit. But that's a dirty 20.
That hits. Roll for damage on that first javelin.
It's a 3.
Okay.
And the second attack is a 18.
That hits. Roll for damage.
That's a 2.
Okay. Slowly working down.
Oh, actually, do you know what? I don't think I can use my bonus action, my bonus to do an extra attack, because I think my extra attack. Oh, actually, I don't know. Maybe I can. Yeah, I think I can.
What is that? But your
It's
bonus
just as a bonus action, I can just make an extra attack.
Oh right.
So I guess I can use
Well, was that when you used to dual wield though?
No, it's in addition to, so it's since I stopped. It's basically since I stopped dual wielding. I can use my bonus action to do an extra attack rather than using a spell.
But where from?
Is that a paladin thing?
I think maybe. I don't know, Michael. What do you say?
I'm looking it up.
So you used to have a dual wield. Sorry, Jess.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So you used to have the dual wielding feat. What feat replaced it?
Great Weapon Master.
Does that allow
That's
you
something
an
about
extra
re-rolling, isn't it? Though it's not
yeah.
I
something
think it's
extra attacks.
rolling, yeah.
Sorry, folks. We'll be right back after the break.
Rules. We love them.
I mean, I'm not bothered about the extra javelin attack, so we can continue.
Yeah. I don't, because I think you used to be able to extra attack because you used that as your offhand weapon. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that would allow, but either way, he's looking really, really rough as 2 javelins just in a perfect X just fly through him, just pinning him to the snowy ground. It just, and one of the sea wolves looks up at you and just gives a little salute. Zini, is there anything you'd like to do as you hang on the balcony?
Okay, could I drop my spider form and just drop down to the balcony? So I'm now back to Dragonborn Zini, and then tentatively go inside.
Okay. So
And then-
heading in, you see Terra stood by a now open door.
Terra, what are we doing? Are we waiting for Scarlet Spell, or are you just going in?
Am I allowed to reply?
Yeah.
I think speaking's a free action, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Well, it goes up, and we don't know what's up. So, but normally I'd say let's ignore it and just follow the plan, but this is a secret door.
I think the plan is out of the proverbial window now.
Yeah.
So, do we
In
want
that
to
case,
wait for Scarlet Spell, or do we want you
Scarlet
and me?
Spell won't cover the floor above, is
No,
that right?
probably not. But do we want to wait for the others, or do you want to go as a smaller infiltration team, just you and me?
Why don't I go invisible? Are you able to be as stealthy as you can? Is there anything?
I could cast Pass Without Trace and make us even stealthier.
Great. Then I think we should go ahead.
Okay. So I take the ash on my finger, put it to my lips, and cast Pass Without Trace.
Okay.
And gesture for Terra to go first, because I'm not going first. But I will stick within her aura, but stay behind her, assuming that she's about to go invisible.
Okay. So we will deal with that when, I mean, to be fair, we're basically out of combat at this stage.
Yeah.
Who's left that's like...
It's just one person.
It's
Just
that
one guy.
poor, kebabbed, silent.
Yeah.
So I am happy to come out of combat as you, Dalfar and Oriana, watch as this poor impaled individual on the floor watches as 3 other sea wolves just walk over and, oh, this isn't your day, is it, mate? And the figure on the floor just looks up. Just make it quick. And, all right, whatever you say. And they all just, as this figure just slowly slumps to the ground. And you see that mist is already beginning to climb the edges of the roof and is coming to the base of the tower. And Scarlet is still there, casting her spell.
I'm just chilling. I've probably got... I mean, how many rounds was that?
It was 3 of solid spelling, so around another 9 minutes and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've got, another 9.
It is surprisingly calm within your small tower, Scarlet, and Juliet is going around occasionally just playing with items. You can see that there are a couple of stools and bits of bedding here and there that she plays with, and she finds herself tearing up a pillow and grabbing it in one hand while she bats away at it with the other 4. But yes, is there anything the rest of you are doing while you're waiting for Scarlet?
Well, I immediately sort of take my potion of greater healing.
Okay.
And I've rolled, I was rolling while you were sort of discussing the other things. I got back +10, so I'm now up to 65 HP.
Okay.
And I will also, how long does the potion of speed last? 10 minutes?
I think we said 1 minute, didn't we?
Yeah, 1 minute.
Yeah.
Is it 1 minute? Okay. I'm not going to take that. I'm just going
It's
to...
a quick 1 minute.
I'm going to immediately climb the webbing that Zini left.
Okay, sure thing. So getting to the top, you see mist slowly broaching the tower and climbing up as well. And Oriana, you watch as you see your friend behind you still casting their spell, Dalfar climbing the manor, and your friends having disappeared into the balcony. Terra and Zini, what are you doing?
So before I go invisible, I'm going to turn to Zini and just say, very quietly, he probably knows we're here, and he's probably upstairs. And then I'll go invisible.
I'll just mutter to myself, that's reassuring.
So if you can both make stealth checks at advantage for me, please. Well, yourself at advantage, Catherine.
And then +10.
Mine, I believe, would also be at advantage because of my Cloak of Elvenkind, Edward.
Very true, yes. So if you can both roll at advantage, please.
Could I have yelled to the sea wolves that when you're done with him, go through the front door?
The Goliath just looks up and, not a problem, Chief. And they start making their way towards the main door of the building.
Does Pass Without Trace give +10, or is it just if I get lower than you, I get yours?
It's +10, but also if you get lower than me,
Okay.
you get mine.
I rolled a 36.
I rolled a 29.
So, moving up the stone spiral staircase, you go up, until you come to a wooden door. It is unlocked, and you see flickering candlelight beneath it.
Does my tremor sense pick up through doors via the floor if there's someone on the other side of it?
The range is
20 feet.
20 feet. So you can't sense anyone on the other side, no.
can I just whisper super quietly? I mean, I rolled high, so hopefully this counts.
You could shout it at this point, since no one would hear you.
Remember, I know a little bit of Thieves' Cant because you taught it to me.
Yeah, but you can't. Thieves' Cant, I always think of as almost like sign language.
But actually,
so
it's
when
like
you're invisible,
markings and
it's
things,
very
isn't it?
important.
Yeah.
I could probably speak in Thieves' Cant, but then
I'd forgotten you were
I might as
invisible
well
as
just
well
say
for some
it.
reason.
Yeah. He's probably in here. Should we just... I think this is for Dalifar.
I think you're right. But what do we do now?
Go back downstairs.
Agreed.
So, as silently as you ascended, you slowly back down, Blues Brothers style, down the stairs until you're once more in the bedroom. And around this time, you see Mist hop over, almost silent, onto the balcony and just give you both a nod.
I mean, I'm invisible.
Giving Zini a nod. And after this, you see the rather heavier form of Dalifar come up onto the balcony as well.
Okay. I have just pushed that secret door to just a bit so that if we talk, it doesn't go up the stairs.
And I would say by this time, Scarlet, your spell has probably come to an end.
Wonderful. I stand up, dust off my hand, and we'll take Julia outside to see what the hell everything looks like.
It's very nice. It's a very well-presented garden, and you look with a little bit of sadness as you just see the sea wolves just battering away at this very, very nicely made front door that just gives as they just run inside, and you see a hint of red velvety carpet inside.
Ooh, I'm tempted. Can I see where everyone else has gone?
Make a perception check for me, please.
Because obviously I know that the sea wolves were the distraction, so my instinct is that wherever they're going, I shouldn't directly follow.
Yeah.
Although saying that, my perception was a 7, so I'm well into this.
You come out and you can see Oriana out front. But
oh yeah, she's still there.
Yeah, and you see that she is looking in the direction of the roof and the tower where it can only be assumed that your friends might have gone. And as you look up, you do see the iron railings of the balcony give a little bit as a familiar, albeit somewhat squat figure jumps over the top.
Wonderful. Well, it's all done, Oriana. I have cast the spell. I look at the dead bodies. Yes. Just nod to myself.
Good.
Shall we? And I gesture. Yep.
And we walk.
Where are you climbing up to join the others or going in through the front door?
I think that it's probably best that we could go the same way as everyone else instead of sauntering in the front.
So, for expediency's sake, you climb up. I'll ask you both to make athletics checks for me, though, please.
Oh, this is excellent. This is the one time I actually get to use one of my best skills. Oh, man. Okay.
Yeah, so I just got a natural 20. So,
wow.
What waste?
I've got a 25.
You both manage it without a problem. And Oriana, you note the strange, almost hulkish, bluish veins that are just emanating from Scarlet's hands. And you note that as she climbs, her nails get a little harder and a little sharper as she begins to climb up towards the balcony up top. But the rest of you, eventually you are joined by Oriana and Scarlet and Juliet. It takes some effort getting Juliet up Scarlet, but
I got as well.
You. Yeah.
Okay, Dalifar. I'm obviously still invisible, but I'm still talking. I'm 90% certain that Ik'reth is up those stairs. How do you want to do this? Do you just want to go and ask him where it is? Or do you want us to continue and look into the floors below?
Well, I think we should confront him. Whether willingly or unwillingly, he will give me that information. But he's a very formidable person, and I don't intend to make the same mistake twice. So I think we should all go up.
Okay, well, I'm going to stay invisible. I think it's useful if he doesn't know everything.
Agreed. And then I heft my axe and start walking up the stairs.
Okay.
Okay,
So-
I'll just whisper quickly to everybody, stay close to me, because otherwise you're going to be really noisy.
So,
I think he knows we're here now.
Yeah, but
So-
he might not know that we're coming back up the stairs, is what I mean. And
What-
now that Scarlet Spell is up.
what order are you heading up in?
I will go first.
I will go second, but once we get to the top, assuming we go in, I'm going to stay by the door.
Okay.
I'll go third in the middle, because that means that I can cover the biggest area with my stealth stuff.
I think I should probably go last so that I can sandwich Scarlet.
It's a good plan. I'm very squishy.
So, you head up the stairs, heading up in a spiral until you come to a wooden door under which candlelight flickers. What are you doing?
I listen at the door.
I
Make-
admire the door.
Make a perception check for me, please.
I mean, I'm second, so I'll also be listening, I think.
Okay.
Or you could admire
17.
25.
You hear nothing. Except terror occasionally. You hear the odd rifling of paper. But that is it.
Is there a keyhole I can look through?
There is, yes.
Can I look through it, please?
You can. I'd say with your earlier perception check, you look through and you see shelves and shelves of paper, flickering candlelight, and you see colour seeping through the windows as moonlight streams in through stained glass windows. You see no sign of Ik'reth.
Can I tell if the door is locked? Like, can I see in the crack the thing that goes across?
You can see that it is unlocked currently, yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna lean across to Dalmafar and just say, ready.
Dalfa nods and slowly opens the door, stepping inside.
As you enter, you are met with a fairly vast stone room. 4 stained glass windows illuminate the space on either side, their frames lined with black iron. In the middle of this, 4 stone pillars reach up to the ceiling, and all around the room, you see rows and rows of bookshelves, all stuffed with paperwork. In the far side, you see a beautiful wooden desk with a chair behind it. The chair has its back to you, and the desk surface is covered in neatly stacked piles of paperwork. Flickering lanterns hang from the pillars. And Scarlet, something that takes your notice, you see carved into the floor, dominating the vast majority of the room, is carved an ornate circle with sigils in its interior and strange runes that are unfamiliar and alien to you. There are a couple more carvings around the room, and most of them don't mean much to you, except for one that you notice, Zini. It is the sigil that is on the silver necklace that was given to you, the one that used to belong to Jarseth. It is a harp inside a crescent moon. And you see over by the desk, tall, lithe, long black hair hanging down his back, wearing purple robes. But over the top of this, there is a strange green sheen. It looks almost like armor, but it's not quite there. It's translucent. And as the door opens and you enter, you see Ik'reth put down a set of blueprints he is holding. And he turns towards you. Dalfar Oakstone.
Ik'reth?
I thought it was your mind I sensed in Baldur's Gate.
You know what I'm here for?
Yes, I do. Lady Scarlet, Lady Zini, it's a pleasure to see you as well. You're a long way from Baldur's Gate.
You have a lovely home.
Thank you very much. I imagine the sounds coming from downstairs are probably friends of yours looking to leave it in a rather less pleasant state than when they arrived. Would I be correct?
Where is it?
You know, I don't understand his obsession with you, Dalfar. But I suppose a life as long as ours can lend itself to eccentricity. I hope you haven't come here hoping to lay claim to it yourself after all these many, many months of searching. Because I'm afraid you'll be sorely disappointed.
Don't make me ask again.
I don't have it. He does. It's why he wants you to come for it. It's a game, you see. A game I don't understand, frankly. It's a game that is imperiling our work. You. All, and he glances around, all four of you are interfering.
If he's so intent on playing this game, where is he?
He has other matters to attend to. But he's far, far away, Dalfar. Like I say, I don't understand his obsession with you, but after everything he's done for me, I can forgive him his occasional eccentricities. It's sport to him, you see.
My life is sport to him, is it?
Yes. Tell me, why were you in Baldur's Gate? Were you following me, then?
I go on many adventures. I just so happen to bump into you.
And the other three of you, do you have stake in this as well?
Why don't you read my mind? Find out.
Are you still a spider?
No. Much not. Haven't been for a while.
Okay.
Couldn't have cast Pass Without Trace. Couldn't have talked to you.
No, I would love if it was like a Charlotte's Web situation. Just like
Teach Ik'reth the power of friendship.
Yeah.
He looks at you and just smiles. Lady Zini, last time I scraped through your mind, rooted around in your head. This time I will leave it rolling. How much do you know about what it is we are actually doing?
Indulge me, since you've been so patient.
You believe this is the point at which I monologue?
Either way, I do not care.
You know, I come from a place long way from here. Incredible creatures. Soaring amongst the mountains and the snow. I have one of them downstairs. Trophy of sorts. Reminds me of where I came from. Reminds me who I was liberated from. It is nice to carry some of your home around with you. It's one of the first things I put up when I was here. Home is important, isn't it? Dalafar.
Dalafar just narrows his eyes.
The thing about home, as long as you don't forget it, it will always protect you. At least, in theory. And at this point, you hear a strange rumbling down below. And Zini, you swear you hear a scream several levels lower. So, what is this? Our final clash of sorts?
Or you could give up now.
I could. The thing is, Laris doesn't want any of us to harm you. He wants to continue dragging you towards him till you can have a rematch for that pathetic dwarven artifact that he carries with him.
You watch your mouth.
He's quite fond of it, you know. Slit a great many throats, I tell you that much. I never thought I would see an elf wield a dwarven weapon with more accuracy than one of, well, a dwarf. I think he's done you a favor, frankly. Again, another crash from downstairs and another scream. He doesn't want us to harm you. But accidents happen. You see, you being here tonight has got in the way of far more delicate work. Work which I feel you, and by extension your lackeys, are now in danger of jeopardizing. So whether Laris likes it or not, and he doesn't need to know, I think it's high time you were wiped off the table.
And who's to tell him if you're no longer here?
I can see why he likes you. But you are all dying tonight. And there is another crash from downstairs. So, 4 against 1.
I go and move around so I'm behind him.
Absolutely.
Can I just dip my talon into my water skin and just get a single droplet just on the to drip into my palm?
Absolutely. It'll be a shame to see this place go. Its history is much longer than I. But it's only bricks and mortar after all.
If I attacked him now, would that count as surprise? Because although we're, clearly in a conflict, he doesn't know that I'm there.
He doesn't know you're there, it would be a surprise attack.
And it is clear he is going to attack.
Shall we bring up a map? I'd say that.
Yes?
So, So where would everyone like to be? Provided everyone can move themselves, because obviously...
Has he moved forward?
So he is currently at his desk.
So I'm, like, there.
Yep, you can be there, absolutely. And I'll put Mist there as well.
How have you put... Oh, okay, no, sorry. Yeah,
I think I'd have been there.
let's go there.
Yeah, there's no way Scarlet will willingly step foot in a magical-looking circle if she doesn't know what it is. She's staying at the back.
So Mist will be there. So, if you would like to attack Terra,
Yeah, can I first just ascertain, does he look like he's real, like, and actually really there?
make a perception check for me.
Oh, that's like the 5th 4 that I've rolled. 9.
He looks like he's there. There is a strange green shimmer around his body, but it looks like he's there.
A green shimmer separate from his clothes.
Yeah, it seems to hang over his torso and around his legs as well.
Okay, but it's not on his neck.
No, it is not.
So I will use that to my advantage, I guess.
Okay, so roll to attack.
I'm just trying to think of a cool thing to say, but I don't have one. So
I think in Midani, I'll just say, take him.
that's nice. I like that. And then I'll reply in Midani and say, okay, whoosh.
You say whoosh
I say
as well.
whoosh. Whoosh is Midani for okay. Yeah.
Okay. So, you can attack.
So, I'm using my special thing, so I get advantage because he hasn't had a go, but also if it hits and he's surprised, then it's automatically a crit.
Okay.
Come on. Okay, that's fine. That's less fine, but the first one is fine. 21.
21, that hits. Roll for damage.
So it's essentially a natural 20. So I double everything, including the sneak attack.
Yes.
So that's the first one. So that's a 2. So 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I sneak attack. Double 6. Are you counting this?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Okay. A double 3. And double 2. It's not huge.
No, it's still very good. As you just...
And then I'll come visible again, obviously.
Yeah. So you all watch as Terra just appears, as this blade just streaks across Ik'reth's throat, as he just arcs an eyebrow, as this invisible force behind him just speaks in Midani.
At that same moment, because the water drop that was me holding a spell, can I fling a spell at him?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so in my hand, the water drop that just runs to the center of my palm and then solidifies into a jagged blade of ice, and then I just throw it at him.
Okay, roll to attack.
So then...
There's something else I want to do as well.
Watching. I'm like, no, that's nice. Yeah. What a nice desk.
Okay, that is a 25.
That hits. Roll for damage.
I didn't say I was casting at a high level. I meant to, but I didn't, so I will not do that and keep myself honest. So that is... Okay, so he takes 8 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then... So can you make a dexterity saving throw? And Terra, unfortunately, you have to as well because you're within 5 feet of him.
Okay.
And you need to beat a 14.
I'll use Uncanny Dodge.
That's an 11.
I can use Uncanny Dodge however many times I want, right? It's just a reaction.
Yes.
Right?
So you
once per turn.
Yeah, so if it's a reaction,
I'll
it's once
just
per
use
turn.
that then. So.
That's fine. So he fails, so he takes 2d6 cold damage on top of that.
Okay.
Which
I still need to roll. Sorry, what am I rolling?
Dexterity
save.
Yeah, you need to beat 14.
15. So I don't need to use
You're
uncanny
fine.
dodge.
Yeah, no, because you don't even take half damage if you succeed. So he takes 5 points of cold damage from that.
Okay. And Dalfa, did you say you had a held action or
Well,
not?
I was going to say, as soon as I say take him in Midani, I was going to swig my potion of speed.
Okay, so as all of this happens at once, and Ik'reth just sort of falls to the desk, and you can see, Terra, as you stand next to him, that on the desk there are the blueprints to what you saw in Candlekeep, the Spelljammer, also called the Skyblade. And as you all stand there, there is a rumble from beneath. And Ik'reth looks around. It's only bricks and mortars. Home is where the heart is. Can I ask everyone to make a dexterity saving throw as the tower slowly begins to crumble around you?
Great.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Fine with this. I got a 17.
I
So
got
that's
a
quite good.
7.
Okay.
18.
If it's made of stone, do I get extra? Because I get, like, if it's difficult to terrain, I can move better.
Yeah, sure. I'll give you advantage on it.
Okay.
Because it's stone.
Ed, he's
Yeah.
a humanoid, isn't he?
He is, yes.
So he's one of my favourite enemies, and because I have greater favourite enemy now, I get +4 to the damage.
Oh, okay. I'll add an extra 4 to that then.
Yeah.
24, which is
Okay.
better than 7.
So who rolled above a 15? Okay, so Dalafar and Oriana, you both take 9 points of bludgeoning damage as masonry begins to fall all around you, and you can feel the foundations of the building itself beginning to crumble underneath you. It is hard to tell exactly what this is, but then you see from as the ground begins to break beneath you, and you can see the tiles begin to shift and break and shatter, a large bony talon reach up from beneath, and then another, and then it is joined by 2 massive bony wings, and a large dragon skull comes up over the top, climbing up the inside of the tower, and as it pushes up, its head breaks the foundations of the roof, which starts to fall all around you as you look up at this large bone dragon silhouetted against the moon in the sky, its ribs blocking out the moon, and it looks down at you, and Ik'reth simply says, "Let us begin." And we will pick up on that next year.
Next year!
Next year.
The longest wait ever.
So, we will be back. I mean, we're not sure exactly when, but we will be back in January to finish up the battle against Ik'reth Maal. In the meantime, thank you so much for joining with us all this time. We're running low on time because we're at the 2-hour mark. But follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, YouTube. Follow us on Patreon. And we will be back again next week, one final time for a lovely Yuletide ghost story. So we will be back very soon. But in the meantime, we love you so much. We can't wait to be back. And we'll see you soon. Bye-bye-bye. We love you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye!
Say Merry Christmas, I guess.
Merry Christmas. Bye.
Yay! Christmas!